Peter McGuire, market strategist at xm.com, joining us this morning. Peter, thank you so much for being on the show. We always love having you here. The latest on the tariffs is back, and we saw round one of this with it ending in a bit of a whimper, in the sense these were seen as a bargaining chip, and at the end of the bargain there was a pause for a month on tariffs on Mexico and Canada. Are you expecting something like that once again with a new set of announcements?
Well, good morning, Tamara. Greetings from Sydney. I think a couple of things. Yes, it hit everyone by a little bit of a surprise this morning. Certainly Asia trade didn't like it, and you've seen that US dollar have a little bit of a tick up. This is the uncertainty, and as we've discussed this many times together, that's what the market doesn't like. The market wants certainty to a certain extent, and those unusual, I suppose, statements that come through from President Trump, in the sense of unusual, they drop, and then the impact that has to market and to sentiment. And this is, I think we've just got to get used to it. We're in probably week 3 or week 4, I think week 4 of President Trump's presidency, and he's staying very much on course, isn't he?
Hi, Peter. Morning. Alex here. You track the dollar very, very closely, and I quite enjoy the notes that you send from Coogee Beach. It sounds much better than where we're at right now. But why don't you tell us about your expectation about the dollar? It's at over 108. It reacts very sharply to any updates on tariffs, and it did based on the latest announcements as well. What is your estimation as to how high it can go, or do you think that the gains will be capped at some point?
Well, Alex, good to see you. And, you know, when you're thinking about what we've seen over the last couple of weeks, you had a 109.70 down to that 107.70, so incredible swing in that 2-week window. And now you're back at that 108.37, 108.38. I think it's on an upward trend, and a couple of reasons why. I mean, you've only got to have a look at this condition as far as Eurozone. They'll be cutting rates further. And, of course, the pound, they cut last week. So I think, and there's no talk anytime soon of a rate cut from the States. So I think that that's going to trend upwards. And, of course, King Dollar, he is the King Dollar King, President Trump. He only wants to see a strong dollar, and certainly the US to be the #1 currency. So I'm expecting the dollar to take a little bit further uptick, and maybe a 109 handle, 110 possibly. But again, volatility is going to be the name of the game, Alex. And yeah, it's just incredible for trading.
Peter, everything else notwithstanding and being uncertain, good afternoon to you. The demand for gold, 10.7% returns in INR terms, YTD. That is stuff that dreams are made of. You reckon there is more to come here?
Yeah, Niraj, good to see you. You know, I mean, how do you stop it? It's like a freight train at the moment. It's just cranking through 2,900. It'll be probably there this afternoon in our time, probably your morning. So, you know, the Indian appetite as far as central bank buying is just unheralded. You've seen global demand absolutely off the charts from central banks, and, of course, retail across the paper market, and, of course, physical. And I mean, you only I'll be over there in a couple of months, and I'm looking forward to seeing the three of you. And, you know, the likes of India, 3250 is the number you've got to have in your back of your mind. I think it's going to crank up to probably 3,000 relatively soon. If it marches through 3250, then I really do think it'll go to the races. It'll be on. So, yeah, big uptick, and I'm not expecting major pullbacks across that gold market anytime soon.
Okay. Peter, thanks so much for joining in this morning, and pleasure as always speaking to you, and look forward to the next chat as well.